Welcome to this presentation of the new features of the military update. I've been working on this and you've been waiting for this for a while, so I hope you're just as excited as me to dive into this. So far, the game featured a lot of civilian ships, which will be of course the driving force of the galactic economy, but there is a lot of potential and innovation in ship design and a lot of profit that can be made by being part of the military-industrial complex. There's a whole range of projectile weapons with different properties, as well as missiles. The main difference between these two categories is also its damage and how long it takes for the projectile to impact the target, as well as how the targeting is happening. But we'll look into that very soon. There are 2 additional large military fuselages available now. Their design not only features double layer of armor, of course, but also their layout supports more space for weapons in all directions. There are currently 4 new contracts that you can develop military ships for. The contract police cruiser, there's border patrol vessel, battle cruiser, and missile cruiser. There will be, like all other areas of the economy, much more than these in the final game, and where they will become available will also be dependent on the development level of the system you have an office in. In addition to what you're about to see, we're trying to make this as interesting as possible in the coming strategy update so that you in charge of the corporation can make interesting choices where to invest in and where not. And that includes war. So let's look at the weapons. We build them here to see how big they are and talk a little bit about them. The basic cannon, it's just standard to use 2 soldiers to operate them. You can put in more to speed up the reload time, but usually it's 30 seconds. The advanced cannon is just using 1 soldier to operate, but has a reload time of 20 seconds. The autocannon just needs 10 seconds and needs 1 technician instead of a soldier. The rapid fire cannon just doesn't have any significant reload time. It fires all the time. Well, I'll look into that later. It's useful for getting rid of asteroids, for example, also. And the long-range cannon fires a single high-speed projectile, and the double armor layers would allow, in theory, the player to place armor in front of hatches, but that's not allowed by the game now, and that's also why it changed that the weapons, like any kind of hatch, is directional now, which didn't used to be like this. That's part of that. Yeah, all the resolve of military vessels produces much better results now, of course, especially missions like offense, mayhem, and defense that didn't used to work at all without any weapons. But I need to balance that out more in a few weeks, so I hopefully get some feedback from you. Let's dive into the functionality in crew management. Okay, when it comes down to reload time, you need as many crew as possible, like 2 is minimum for this type of cannon. To change from hold fire to fire at will, just click on the room, click and hold onto the icon, just like with the mining lasers. The cannons will only be able to fire within their arc of fire, and that's visualized by having a green border around them, just like here. So when that green border lights up, the cannon is ready to fire, and that makes the maneuverability of the ship a bigger factor in its effectiveness. Faster or no reload time makes the cannon also a very useful tool for getting rid of any asteroids that are around the ship. So the asteroid field mission will also be different now. The missiles don't have any arc of fire. That means you can fire them from any position that the ship is in. You can see now I'm changing every one of those to fire at will. So as soon as the crew members have reloaded, they fire a barrage of missiles that will definitely finish off the enemy ship in this case. Alright, that's it for all the new features in this update. I hope you had fun watching that, and we'll have fun finally being able to shoot back in crew management and designing all kinds of new battle-ready ships. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback, or if you notice any bugs, of course, which I'm sure there are plenty. I'll focus on fixing those and balancing the auto-resolve result for military ships in the next few weeks. Cheers!